Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a stack of sources, specifically excerpts from Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, a guide to presence and peace, and really digging in.
Yeah, it's a hugely influential book.
It really is. Our mission for you today is to unpack what Tolle actually means by living in the present moment.
And how that simple-sounding idea might unlock, well, genuine peace.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. What if the secret to inner peace isn't out there in some future perfect scenario, but right here, right now?
What's fascinating here, I think, is how this perspective challenges our everyday assumptions, about happiness, about suffering.
Totally.
This deep dive will help us understand not just the what of presence, but maybe more importantly, the why it matters and how you could actually apply it.
Right. So Tolle's central claim, it's pretty bold. Living in the present moment is the key. He says, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? What does he mean the now is eternal? And past and future are just mental constructs.
Well, it is a bit mind-bending at first. The core idea is that the present moment, this exact moment, is the only reality you ever truly experience.
Okay.
Think about it. When you remember the past, where are you doing that remembering?
Right here, now.
Exactly. And when you worry about the future.
Also now. Huh.
Right. So past and future, they exist as thoughts, as concepts in the present. Tolle argues that by grounding yourself in this eternal now, you tap into something deeper.
And that brings clarity.
Huge clarity. Because you're seeing things as they are, without the filter of old regrets or future worries, constantly coloring your perception. It allows for better decisions, more calm. You're sort of freed from the weight of what was and what might be.
That makes a lot of sense. And here's where it gets really interesting for me. Tolle argues the mind is the source of suffering, not the situation.
Yeah, it's a big one.
He says the primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it.
Wow, how do we even begin to see that in our own lives when things feel objectively hard? It's a radical shift, isn't it? Because it puts the power back in your hands. Our minds are constantly spinning stories, judging, interpreting.
Constantly.
And the problem comes when we mistake those thoughts, those interpretations, for absolute reality. Tolle's saying suffering isn't the event itself, but our resistance to the event, which is all happening in our thoughts.
So it's the this shouldn't be happening thought.
Precisely. Or the why me thought.
Yeah.
When you really get that distinction that it's your thoughts about the thing, not the thing itself, well, then inner peace becomes a choice you can make. You shift from being lost in the thought to just noticing your thinking.
Like watching the thought train go by.
Exactly. You don't have to jump on every train. This gives you incredible resilience no matter what's happening externally.
Okay, that distinction is crucial. So if our minds are often the problem, how do we quiet them? How do we start observing thoughts without getting tangled up?
Tolle talks about cultivating witness consciousness. It sounds fancy, but it's really about creating a little space between you, your awareness, and the stream of thoughts.
How do you do that, like practically?
The first step is just noticing. Noticing the thoughts without judging them, without following them down the rabbit hole. Just see them arise and pass. He talks a lot about silence, too. Like, to listen to the silence wherever you are is an easy and direct way of becoming present. It's not about stopping thoughts, but realizing there's a stillness underneath them.
Ah, okay.
You could try labeling them gently, like just saying thinking in your head when you notice a thought, or focus on the space between thoughts. It's about finding that quiet background.
That idea of witnessing feels potentially freeing, but what about when things are genuinely hard? Real emotional pain. Tolle says pain comes from resistance to the now.
Yeah, he puts it strongly. The pain that you create now is always some form of non-acceptance, some form of unconscious resistance to what is.
But resistance feels so natural. Like if something hurts, you resist it.
Right.
How does he suggest we navigate that?
It feels natural, absolutely. But Tolle argues that resistance is actually what fuels the suffering. Fighting reality, wishing it were different, that creates this inner tension, this extra layer of pain on top of whatever is already difficult.
So acceptance isn't liking it.
Not at all. That's key. Acceptance for Tolle isn't approval. It's simply acknowledging, okay, this is what's happening right now, without the added mental commentary of, I hate this, or this shouldn't be.
It's just letting it be.
Just letting it be in that moment. The steps are quite straightforward, actually. First, notice you're resisting. Then just acknowledge the moment, the feeling, without judgment. Allow it. Breathe into it. Relax around it. Then you can choose how to respond consciously instead of just reacting.
Okay, so it's not passive, it's active acknowledgement.
Exactly. It's conscious engagement with reality, not fighting against it.
So what is this kind of radical acceptance? What does it really mean for our daily lives? It sounds like it could change everything.
It really can. Tolle has this line: whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it.
Wow, as if you had chosen it. That's challenging.
It is. But when you stop that internal war against what is, you align yourself with the flow of life. You free up so much energy that was being wasted on fighting reality.
And that helps you deal with things, Booker.
Absolutely. You get clearer. You see solutions you might have missed when you were caught up in resisting. You can take effective action from a place of inner calm, not reactivity. The benefits are huge. Less stress, less anxiety, more resilience, better problem solving.
It connects to a bigger picture then.
Definitely. It's not just about feeling a bit better. Tolle suggests it's about aligning with life itself, moving from friction to flow.
Okay, that's profound. Now, Tolle also talks a lot about the ego identification.
No.
And he lists all these things: possessions, jobs, status, beliefs, even family history. And he says, none of these is you. That can be a really tough pill to swallow, right? Letting go of what we think defines us.
Oh, absolutely. It's maybe one of the biggest sticking points. Because the ego, this collection of thoughts and identifications, feels like us. It feels like our core identity.
So we resist letting go.
Hugely. There's this fear: if I'm not my job, my beliefs, my history, then who am I? Will there be anything left?
Yeah.
But Tolle argues these are just temporary constructs, like costumes we wear. Recognizing that they aren't our true, deeper essence is actually incredibly liberating. It frees you from limitations, from old patterns.
So how do you practice that? Letting go of the costume.
It comes back to that witnessing, observing the thoughts, the beliefs, the identifications, without automatically buying into them, asking yourself gently, who am I beyond these labels? Maybe even finding some humor in the ego's antics. It's shifting focus from doing and having to just being.
And if we do manage to move beyond the ego, what's there? Tolle hints that the now connects us to our true essence, something timeless.
Exactly. If the ego and thoughts are the clouds, he says, you are the sky.
I like that.
The sky is always there, unchanging, behind the clouds that come and go. The present moment is the doorway to that sky, to the timeless awareness that is your true nature. It's separate from thoughts, emotions, circumstances.
Pure awareness.
Pure awareness. And realizing that brings this deep peace, freedom, and a sense of connection to everything. Practices. Again, simple things. Focus on your breath. Feel the sensations in your body. Really be in nature. Cultivate wonder.
It sounds amazing, this state of being. But how do we bring that down to earth, into the daily grind, the busy life?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? It's not about retreating from the world. Tolle stresses how presence transforms everyday life, especially relationships.
How so?
He says, to love is to recognize yourself in another. When you're present with someone, you're really listening, not just waiting to talk.
Yeah.
You connect more deeply, communicate more authentically. Imagine the arguments that just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it enhances your whole quality of life. Mundane tasks like washing dishes or waiting. They become opportunities to be fully present, to find richness in simple moments.
So it's about bringing awareness into the mundane.
Yes, active listening, really engaging with whatever you're doing, even taking tiny presence breaks during the day. Gratitude helps too. Just noticing your breath, your body, right now.
And he connects this all to spiritual awakening through surrender. That word surrender often sounds negative, like giving up.
Right, it gets misunderstood. Tolle surrender isn't passive resignation. It's an active letting go. Letting go of the need to control everything. Letting go of the need to understand everything.
Becoming comfortable with not knowing.
Exactly. He says, sometimes surrender means giving up trying to understand and becoming comfortable with not knowing. It's releasing attachments to how things should be, trusting the process of life, embracing uncertainty instead of fighting it.
So it's letting go of the ego's demands.
Precisely. And Tolle suggests that real awakening happens in that state of surrender, when you stop resisting what is. You see clearly, without the mind's distortions. It's liberation, not defeat.
Okay, so to wrap this up practically, how do we cultivate this deeper awareness? What are the specific practices he really points to?
Mindfulness is key, but understood in this context. Tolle says, meditation is not about getting anywhere else. It's about allowing yourself to be exactly where you are and as you are.
So it's not about achieving a state. It is this state.
Exactly. Mindfulness just trains your attention muscle, helps you anchor yourself in the now. Simple practices, breath awareness, body scans, mindful walking, just observing thoughts and feelings without judgment. They all build that capacity for presence.
This deep dive into the power of now, it really hammers home that maybe the most valuable real estate isn't somewhere out there, but right here, inside, the present moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the journey Toll maps out isn't really about adding anything new. It's about shedding what isn't truly you, the mental noise, the resistance, the ego stories, to uncover the peace and clarity that are already there underneath it all.
So a final thought for you, our listener. As you go about your day-to-day, what one small moment can you choose to fully inhabit without judgment or resistance and simply be?